Movie and series roundup hits and misses. Hey movie lovers, I've watched a bunch of new movies and series recently, some amazing, some not so much. In this video, I'll break them all down to help you pick your next watch. Let's dive right in. Alright, let's kick things off with a series that's been generating some buzz. 1992. It's sitting at a 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and honestly, I can see why. They poured a hefty $6 million into this production, and it kind of feels like they threw a bunch of stuff at the wall to see what would stick. The result? Well, it's not exactly groundbreaking. The acting felt stiff, the dialogue was clunky, and the whole thing just screamed generic drama. But, you know me, I always try to go into these things with an open mind. There are actually some decent moments sprinkled throughout the series. If you're looking for something to binge on a lazy weekend, 1992 might just be your cup of tea. Next up, let's talk about Wicked. This 2024 theatrical release is a visual masterpiece. The production design, costumes, sets, and special effects are incredible. The cinematography, absolutely breathtaking. But here's the thing, while the movie looks stunning, the story takes a while to find its footing. The first half felt really slow to me. It's like they were so focused on showcasing the spectacle that they forgot to actually tell a compelling story. Thankfully, things pick up considerably in the second half. The stakes get higher, the characters become more engaging, and the story finally finds its groove. But just when you're really getting invested, bam, cliffhanger ending. We've got to wait until November 2025 to see how it all wraps up. If you're a sucker for stunning visuals and epic fantasy worlds, then absolutely check it out. Okay, let's talk about RedOne, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Santa's bodyguard. Santa gets kidnapped, The Rock teams up with Chris Evans to save Christmas. What's not to love? Well, here's the thing. The visuals are surprisingly underwhelming, and the story, while fun in parts, feels pretty predictable and formulaic. The Rock and Chris Evans have great chemistry, and there are some genuinely funny moments, but overall it just feels like a missed opportunity. If you're a die-hard fan of The Rock or Chris Evans, you'll probably enjoy it on a purely superficial level. But if you're expecting something truly original and groundbreaking, you might want to temper your expectations. Chapter 4, La Palma, a volcano, a family, and a whole lot of meh. La Palma is a survival drama that had the potential to be truly gripping, but ultimately fell short for me. The premise is simple but effective. A family on vacation gets caught in a volcanic eruption and must fight for survival. Sounds intense, right? And don't get me wrong, there are some genuinely thrilling moments throughout the series, but here's the thing. I never really connected with the characters. They felt more like archetypes than fully realized people, so I wasn't emotionally invested in their journey. For a survival drama, La Palma is surprisingly lacking in tension. If you're a fan of disaster movies and you're just looking for something to watch while you fold laundry, La Palma might keep you entertained. Chapter 5, No Good Deeds. This series will keep you guessing. Alright guys, let's talk about a series that truly impressed me. No Good Deeds. This show is a wild ride from beginning to end, with twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. The pacing is fantastic. It never drags or feels slow. The writers know how to build suspense and keep you guessing. And just when you think you've figured it out, bam! They hit you with another curveball. But what really elevates No Good Deeds is its characters. They are so well developed and complex, with their own motivations and secrets. You're never quite sure who to trust, and that's what makes it so compelling. And the performances? The actors bring their A-game. If you're looking for a binge-worthy thriller that will keep you hooked from start to finish, look no further than No Good Deeds. Chapter 6, Venom III, a symbiotic letdown for this fan. Okay, let's talk about Venom 3. Now, I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy's Venom. I loved the first movie, thought the second one was okay, but this third installment? It just didn't do it for me. The story felt predictable and repetitive, like they were just going through the motions of a superhero movie, without bringing anything new or exciting to the table. We've got Venom and Eddie Brock battling a new threat, trying to save the world. We've seen it all before. And the action sequences, while decent, lacked the visceral impact of the previous films. They felt more CGI-heavy and less grounded, which is a shame because the first Venom movie had some truly brutal and satisfying fight scenes. Tom Hardy is still great as Eddie Brock Venom, bringing his signature intensity and humor to the role. But overall, Venom 3 felt like a missed opportunity. Chapter 7. Dear Santa, a devilishly good time for the whole family. Alright, let's lighten the mood with Dear Santa, a family-friendly comedy that surprised me with its charm. The premise is pretty simple. A kid accidentally sends his letter to Santa Claus to the devil instead. Chaos ensues, hijinks abound, you know the drill. Now, it's not the most original concept, but what Dear Santa lacks in originality, it makes up for in heart and humor. It's a genuinely funny movie with a surprising amount of warmth and charm. The performances are great, especially the young actor who plays the lead. And the special effects, while not groundbreaking, are well executed and add to the overall whimsical tone of the movie. It's the kind of movie you can gather the whole family around and just enjoy. Chapter 8. The Crow More Like the Blah, am I right? Okay, let's talk about The Crow, a movie that I had high hopes for but ultimately left me feeling underwhelmed. I remember seeing the trailer and thinking, wow, this looks intense and stylish and atmospheric. This could be great! But sadly, the final product just didn't live up to the hype. The story is convoluted and nonsensical, the characters are paper thin, and the pacing is all over the place. And the worst part? It's just not scary. For a horror movie, The Crow lacks any real sense of dread or suspense. It relies more on jump scares and gore than on atmosphere and genuine chills. Honestly, the most frustrating thing about The Crow is that it had so much potential. It had a cool premise, a striking visual style, and a talented cast. But somewhere along the way, it just lost its way. Chapter 9. Dancing Village. This Indonesian horror flick will give you the creeps. Let's wrap things up with Dancing Village, an Indonesian horror film that, while not perfect, offers some genuinely creepy moments. The story follows a young woman who travels to a remote village to uncover the truth behind her sister's disappearance. It's more about atmosphere and dread, slowly building a sense of unease as the protagonist delves deeper into the village's dark secrets. The setting is incredibly effective. The village itself feels isolated and forgotten, with a palpable sense of history and secrets lurking beneath the surface. While the story does drag in parts, and some of the scares rely on familiar horror tropes, Dancing Village ultimately succeeds in getting under your skin. It's a slow burn, but if you stick with it, you'll be rewarded with some genuinely creepy moments and a haunting final act. And that's a wrap! If you enjoyed this roundup, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know which of these you've seen or plan to watch. Until next time, happy watching!